another challenge is the following. If you want to use these systems, you have to have an integrated system, correct?
Correct.
Because if, let's say I'm using a dynamic phone tracking and my salesperson picks up the phone and says, hello, thanks for calling Optimum 7, blah, blah, blah. Which product are you interested in, right? Then he has to take that order over the phone and go back and attribute it to an order. And for that to happen automatically, you have to be already integrated.
Correct.
So there's a lot of infrastructure we're talking about. And that's really the challenge. Which e-commerce platforms do you think it's... Let's talk about first, if you have this kind of structure and if you want to use these dynamic phone tracking tools or systems, what system would you recommend? E-commerce system?
Possibly just the one that allows you to have any type of custom integration, because a lot of these don't really have pre-built integrations.
So Shopify and BigCommerce integrate with some of these tools.
They do, because they have a far more extensive app store, far more, they have a lot more integrations than your average e-commerce platform. So yeah, right off the bat, you would look at one of those solutions because they most likely have them. But if not, you want some sort of open source solution that you can have somebody develop a custom integration. But then again, that gets expensive.
Into tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah. So that's really the challenge. There's no low-cost, straightforward option for the 96 or 97% of people out there who just need to track their phone calls and bring it back to a database and attribute to where this order actually came from. You might be doing Google Shopping, you might be doing shopping.com, you might have affiliate, so it just becomes difficult. Or we have a couple of clients who work with a group of doctors across the country, and they want to be able to track commissions for each doctor and what each doctor brings. It's a medical equipment, so you have different types of operations. Let's talk about why attribution is necessary. Why do I really need to know where that order came from?
Well, it's the same reason why any type of lead attribution or conversion attribution is necessary. You need to know what marketing effort, what campaign, what specific keyword that you're trying to rank for organically actually led to a conversion.
Why?
Well, I need to know if my efforts are well placed.
Okay.
If I'm just blindly working on a content marketing strategy but don't know exactly if any of that is actually generating any revenue for me, I could be potentially wasting money and time.
Yeah. So you want to identify the sources or the resources or the channels that work.
Correct.
And you want to put your money more into those channels.
Of course. You wouldn't be dishing money into a Google Ads campaign that's not generating any revenue.
And how many people do you think are really attributing this accurately? Give me a percentage.
How many are? Probably less than 5%.
Less than 5%.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think the reason for that is?
One, it's very difficult. The technology just hasn't really gotten there yet. There's still manual aspects that need to be done in order for this to be tracked 100% properly. And again, the cost. I think the cost is one of the biggest obstacles right now.
Yep. And basically what happens is if you don't track this, let's say you have 5 salespeople and you're taking all these calls and you're getting all these orders, but at the same time you might be spending $10, $20, $30,000 on Facebook or Google AdWords, but you kind of have it in your head, right? You're like, okay, 10% of my revenue comes from the website, 90% is going to come from the phone calls, and I already know what I'm going to get at the end. So at the end of the month I'll review and I'll see if I have any increases or not. So this is the wrong way to do it. You need to be able to, in real time, say, okay, today I spent this much money and this is how many calls I got, and this is the result for those phone calls. John, the salesperson, sold $20,000 today. Michael, the salesperson, sold $10,000 today. And percentage, or 40% or 50% of that came from Google Organic, 20% came from AdWords, 30% came from Facebook. And to go even crazier, you have to be able to tell which campaigns, which keyword targeting, which ads those sales came from, and then hand it off in a real time to your marketing person or your third-party marketing company, because that's the only way, and this is the line, you can hold people accountable. Otherwise, as a business owner, CEO, CMO, COO, whatever your title is, you cannot hold anybody accountable because you don't know what's performing and what's not performing.